Hey, we are back with some Spyro. So, last time, I'm going to turn my volume down because it's sort of loud. Last time, we did the Artisan World. We got all the dragons, all the gems, all of that, and we are 13% done with the game. Like I said, there are 6 worlds of the game, so 13% ain't all that much. They do get bigger. So, we have to go down to this balloonist down here, and he'll take us to the Peacekeepers world, which is the second world of the game. And Marco. We've been rescuing plenty. And let's go to Peacekeepers. Now, there's something about Peacekeepers. It's the second world. This is, you know, we got all that tutorial stuff over. This is where the game really starts, right? Well, to be honest, the Peacekeepers world is probably the least exciting one, really. It's definitely the weakest world in Spyro 1. We're gonna save this dragon, and I'll tell you more about it. I will say, though, the dragons here do have pretty nice cheetah prints.
Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
So to go to the Magic Crafters world, World 3, we have to collect a certain amount of treasure. Of course, we'll be collecting all of it before we even touch World 3, so that's not much of a problem. Now, the reason I don't like Peacekeepers is just, it's boring. It's not exciting. See, the Artisan world, we had these nice rolling green plains and whatever, and that was good for a starting area to ease us into the game. But now that we're in World 2, we expect things to get a bit more, not necessarily have to be exciting, but, you know, just a little bit more interesting. And, well, as you can see, Peacekeepers goes for a more canyon, desert type of feel, and I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe it's just I don't like deserts or canyons in games. I never really have. They've always just seemed like a boring and dull locale to me. I'd much rather have something a lot more exciting. Like, forests in games are pretty good. Nice lush vegetation, lots of flora and fauna. In real life, I'd rather go to a forest than, say, fucking Grand Canyon or something. Yeah, not that exciting. Some good music in these stages, but not as good as the music we'll be seeing later on. But there are some memorable tracks. Dr. Shemp and Clifftown are probably some of my favorites. So, but there are a couple things we need to do in the homeworld first before we touch any of that. So, I'm gonna save this dragon for one.
Hi, Spyro! Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Yep, we gotta keep Sparks' health up, because he does help a lot. So we can burn all these tents here, if you haven't noticed. Sometimes they have dudes hiding in them that are ready to moon us for some reason. That's not the first thing I would do if I was just found out in a tent while hiding, but yeah, whatever. And I need to get this. You can try to be flashy with those things you gotta pop the gem out of, but most of the time you just look foolish. So these things we cannot break no matter what we do. We can't run into them, we can't flame them. We need something a little bit more heavy duty. And luckily, if we don't fall into the water, I said if we don't fall into the water, we can do that. We can use this cannon here. And I said we can use this cannon here, there we go. Cannon's a little finicky, another reason why I don't really like Peacekeepers all that much. Anyway, we can shoot these cannonballs over, and, yep, I'll break those open for us. And line this up. It is finicky with how you line it up. I don't know if this will hit. Oh, it will, thank you. And, wow, Sparks is just completely gone. So, yes, this is the first time we've completely lost Sparks. And as you can see, he doesn't pick up gems for us anymore. I can go up to these, and I'll have to physically touch them with Spyro to actually collect them. And that's pain. Luckily, the controls are very tight, like I said earlier, and I can angle myself into the gems pretty easily, but I'd rather, you know, not do that. So, let's kill one of these rabbits? Yeah, rabbits. Sparks just pops back, and we'll have a bit of some butterflies for him. There's got to be another around here somewhere. There we go. And Sparks is back at full health. Not a big deal to heal up Sparks in these homeworlds. In the levels themselves, it's a little bit harder to find fodder. Anyway, one more thing we can do with this cannon. and just, you know, generally blow shit up and wreck the canyon. And I believe there's an egg thief, yes, over here. This guy will tell us to catch him, probably. Gunner.
Well done, Spyro! Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny!
Destiny? I just want to kick some...
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure!
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing, dude, so, keep resting easy. You're welcome, by the way. What was that thief doing? He was turning right into me. Suicide by dragon. It's a serious problem. So, what gems don't we have? There are 200 gems in the homeworld, and we are missing 57 of them. Well, most of them are probably in that safe that we just got. Or that we just got the key to, rather. And we can get to that safe. It's up here. Glide over here. I will say the Peacekeepers world does introduce some harder glides into the game. We'll see that once we go into Dry Canyon. Of course, we're probably going to hit Cliff Town first because I like it better. There we go. Alright, what don't we have? We're missing 24 gems. We can make this jump over here, can't we? There we go. Where could those gems be? There's probably an area... Oh yeah, we haven't gotten up to where the flight level is yet. That would probably help. So yeah, Peacekeepers world isn't that exciting. We'll go to the Magic Crafters world after this, and that's much more exciting. It gives you a better taste of what the rest of the game will be about. Oh, hello. Stuck for a minute there. And yep, that's all of them. And we got all the dragons, so we're off to Cliff Town. This is our first level that we're going to hit here. My favorite level in the... Well, not my favorite. I'd probably say the Ice Caverns are probably my favorite, but I like the music in this one better. And hey, like I said, that's one of the main attractions. So those guys have these weird metal capes. I'm not exactly sure how they work. They wouldn't disperse heat that well, would they? Just a metal cape? You'd be holding on to it, right? Whatever. So, Cliff Town is sort of unique in Spyro. There's no other level really like it, because it's built more vertically. Most levels are spread out. By the way, you can fire those cauldrons to get some extra gems. That's pretty important. Oh, they're lizards. Anyway, yeah, most levels in Spyro are spread out more horizontally, or spread out in a flat manner. But Cliff Town is built a little bit more vertically. We don't see it much right now, but half the level is just climbing, pretty much. Oh, there's another egg thief here, by the way.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal.
That guy is purple as
Sharpen
hell.
with your horns. That should do the trick.
Save our progress there and keep going. And yep, this is where the big climb starts. And we need to get that egg thief. Where is he? There you are. Oh, jeez. Knocking into the cactus. There we go. Got him with the very tip of our flame. Our flame extends in kind of this conal region. And sometimes it's kind of hard to guess where exactly the hitbox for the flame is. It's sort of touchy. I'd actually be interested in seeing what the exact hitbox looks like. Like, I want to see a wireframe of the hitbox whenever you flame. And that'd actually be pretty interesting. This guitar is pretty good, along with the organ, like I said, in a lot of Spyro songs. There's not much going on right now, and there's not much that's gonna be going on for most of the rest of Cliff Town, so there's something I want to talk about with the Spyro soundtrack. The Spyro soundtracks, it's not unique, but it's a very good example of what I love about soundtracks and scoring in general. You see, look around us. We're in a very different sort of place than we were when we were in the Artisan Home. And these levels are very different from what we'll see later on in the game. But they all feel together. There's a sort of coherence to them that spreads throughout the entire game. A similarity, and it's because of the music. similar motifs, similar instrumentation. It all comes together to make this cohesive whole. And Spyro is one of the best examples of that in any game. And it's such an underappreciated and not underutilized, looked at, I guess, form of what makes soundtracks and stuff and scoring so great. I'll talk more about it after we hit this dragon. He'll basically tell us, hey, what's over there? We'll glide there.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Yeah, we still got some stuff to do on this side, so... But basically, scoring and soundtracking does a lot more than just set the mood for a single scene. It ties the entire work together. Without the music, it's just a bunch of different areas. Like, take Spyro, this video game, for example. We're just going to a bunch of differently looking areas, and there's nothing really connecting them other than there's dragons, I guess? But with the music, it feels connected. I mentioned last time that Banjo-Kazooie has a very unique feel. And that's true, but a big reason as to why that was because of Grant Kirkhope's soundtrack. And I can tell you right now, Spyro wouldn't feel nearly the same, and it wouldn't be nearly as special to me without Stuart Copeland's soundtrack. Is it obvious I'm a musician? Because, like, I'm fucking amped up right now talking about this. I love talking about this. And this might sound lame, because maybe it is, but that was a pretty good glide, by the way. But I'd be lying if I said that Spyro wasn't a large inspiration to me to start doing music. It's just the feeling of taking all of these very different locales and tying them all together with similar pieces of music and similar instrumentation and all of these motifs running throughout the entire work, making it all connect, is one of the biggest reasons why I like making music so much, and that's basically what I love doing. So, is it lame that a fucking purple dragon is what inspired me to make a bunch of music? Yeah, probably. But, hey, we all have there's other composers I can look at that more directly inspired the type of music I make, but as to why I make it, that's fucking Spyro's fault, man. This is the highest point in Clifftown, by the way.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
So yeah, now we have a whirlwind that will take us up to here whenever we want. Which is useful, because we'll be going up and down a bunch of times, because we need to do some fancy glides. I think we got all of these rooftops all set. There's probably still some stuff on some of them. It's these rooftops we have to worry about. Alright, what else do we need? Some gems over here. I know I left some gems on the coast on this side. Over here, I think. Oh, maybe it was on... I saw them while I was gliding over. Aha! They're over there. There's 6 over here. And I have a feeling I know where the rest are. So we can take that whirlwind back up to the so-called highest point in Clifftown, even though there's clearly a higher spot over the river. Over there. That is clearly higher. But, anyway. One more thing I want to talk about the music. Think of the time this was made. The N64 PS1 era. By the way, there's a purple gem in this thing. Oh yeah. Purple gem's so nice. Nice color. Makes me feel accomplished. Anyway. We're missing a few gems, so we'll go hunt for those while I talk. Basically, think of the time that this game was made. It was made during the PS1 N64 era. The games didn't look quite as nice as they do today. And a game back then couldn't fly on just its art. It had to have a little bit of an extra push. And music did that exceptionally well. Because now we have the capacity for higher fidelity music. And I'm not sure where the rest of these gems are. They're probably in... Oh, I just saw the glint of one. Like I said, that's super useful if you know where you're looking. Now, it's only a few, but still, it's something. So now we're missing 20. And it's probably in this top part. I probably missed something there. But yeah, games couldn't fly on just their art. And now that the N64 and the PS1 had that capacity for better music and better sounding music, a lot of composers did wonders with that. Not to say that the SNES era and NES era didn't have good songs. I'm not discounting the Tim Folins or the Koji Kondos that worked on SNES or NES, but still. I should talk about Tim Folin one day. That guy's fucking great. Where the fuck are these gems, man? I might have to cut this out. Where haven't we gone? I feel silly now. Are they over here? Aha! They're not all of them. But we're getting there. Did I leave an enemy alive? Like I said before, enemies do give out gems, so we don't want to leave any of those alive. No. Did I flame all these pots? This is really bugging me now. Where'd we leave our gems? Okay, I'm gonna cut this, and when we come back, we're gonna be done with the stage because I need to figure out what these gems are. Found them. They were right here. I might actually not cut that out because that wasn't long at all. So, we are done with Clifftown. 400 out of 400 gems, 3 out of 3 dragons. Let's get out of here. Next, we're probably going to hit Dry Canyon and save the ice caverns for last. So, Dry Canyon, it is, this way? Yes. Dry Canyon's a bit different from the levels we've encountered before. Levels we've encountered before, like I said, just have very simple glides. Just point A to point B, jump and press X, and it's basically foolproof. It's brainless. Dry Canyon has, and this continues throughout the rest of the game, has some tricky, glides. Glides that require more thought and precision than just seeing point B and you being at point A. By the way, very nice egg grab there. Thief didn't go far at all. So, Dry Canyon benefits people who can learn the level layout quickly, because Dry Canyon's sort of an open-ended level, and you can get to a lot of different places. You can get to a lot of different point Bs from a lot of different point As. And I believe this dragon just says thank you for releasing me in the same voice that Thor had.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, they all can't be winners. Anyway, yeah, by the way, 400 gems and 4 dragons here. I think Dry Canyon might be the largest level in Peacekeepers. So let's head up here. These enemies aren't really much of a problem. Dry Canyon music, again, pretty good. Very catchy organ. And yeah, those big guys will wave their vultures around, which is... For one, that's animal abuse, which I, of course, do not condone. But, I don't know. That seems like sort of an ineffectual weapon. So, we're already at the... Ooh, at 25. We're already at the end of the level here. Like, we could just leave right now. Of course we won't, but... Like I said... Did I say this before? I say like I said a lot, and I don't really mean it. But anyway... If you were just going through these levels without collecting all the treasure and just collecting the dragons you saw along the way, you could blaze through this game in probably, like, less than an hour if you were quick. But it's much more fulfilling to collect all the treasure. So, oh, well, I was gonna start a thing there, but, you know, never mind, I fell. So we have to work our way back up. Which isn't too hard. In fact, let's go this way, because we haven't been this way yet. So, you know, fuck that other place. Look at this whole other place. Like I said, Dry Canyon's a big and kind of open-ended area. At least compared to the levels we saw before. Still not convinced that vultures are a good weapon. There we go. And there's a dragon in here that will... He's an old man, if I remember right. Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you're a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known?
I forget.
It's weird how the dragons in this game are named. You know, you got weird names like Alvor, and then you just got Gavin, Gunner. I like how those cactuses shake off the soot. A little bit of flavor. We haven't been hit yet this level, which, you know, sort of not necessarily impressive, but hey, something. Compared to losing Sparks on the homeworld. So I believe we can work on... Yep, some more stuff back here. Oh, of course, right as I say that, we do get hit. Not much of a problem. Sparks is still healthy, relatively. And he can still pick up gems for us, so I don't really care how he feels. Sparks is just a slave. So, what else do we need to do? Oh, there's a life, just the one, over here. Which, like I said, aren't too important, but hey, why not hoard them? Maybe we'll be at 99 by the end of the game. I doubt that. There aren't that many lives. These fireworks things you can flame, and they'll blow up. And they'll leave some gems behind, but also you'll be hurt in the explosion if you're too close, so you want to make sure you stand far away. There's a level later on that places these things on very small islands, and it's sort of a pain to both flame them and not get hit when they explode. So, there's a safe here. We need a key. And I'm going to say right now, kid me, you know, little NLTM, 10 years old, maybe 9, probably younger than that. The game came out in 1998. I was born in 1995. But I believe I got the Greatest Hits PS1 version that was released a few years later. Anyway, I just fucked up. We can't glide over there from here. God damn it. Okay, basically what I was gonna say, kid me never got this key. To kid me, getting this key was just completely impossible. And it's because of what I mentioned before. You needed to learn the level layout and be a bit more crafty than just gliding from point A to point B. This is a good example right here. Because we can see the key. It's right there. Up at the top there, near that dragon. And they set up this glide to be almost believably doable. Like, it looks like you can do it. It looks like you can just almost, but no. And of course, kid me thought maybe I'm just not doing it well enough. And just kept doing it, and just keep going at it, and over, and it was kind of like the definition of insanity, you know, like, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And eventually, kid me gave up. And I'm not sure how I managed to leave this dragon behind. This will basically say, Dry Canyon rewards good gliders.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders.
God damn it, I know this game too much.
Glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
He's so dismissive of that, like, no shit. Dragons fly, that's kind of what they do. I will say, all these other dragons can probably fly. Spyro can only glide, poor thing. There's some enemies up here, I believe, maybe. Yep, only the one. So, learning the level layout as we know it. We recognize this place, we recognize where that key was. We can't see it in the camera, so we have to just take a leap of faith, glide over, and hey, we're here. Kid me couldn't figure that simple puzzle out. I don't know why. And in fact, I believe this dragon actually talks about how hard he was to get. Hard in quotes, obviously.
Incredible glide, Spyro.
Yep.
I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled, with a pinch of salt.
It seems like that cuts him off, as if like he was going to go on a much larger tangent if we hadn't stopped him. So, with 25 gems away, I can guarantee that's all in that safe. So let's head back and head over. The way he was talking about those vultures, though, I live in Rhode Island, but last month I went over to Florida to visit me mum. And what way am I going? I have to go this way. And we went to a restaurant that served big game. And I'd totally be interested in trying something like vulture, you know, something different. I was really disappointed because they had kangaroo on that menu at the restaurant we went to, and they were out of kangaroo when I asked for it, so that was sort of disappointing. I eventually had gator, and a lot of people say, not everything tastes like chicken or whatever. Like, people sort of roll their eyes at everything, people saying everything else tastes like chicken, but I gotta be honest, gator tasted like chicken. A little bit more rubbery a texture, but it tasted like chicken, almost exactly. And yep, that is our 25 gems. We are done with Dry Canyon. Next up, we're probably going to do the flight level. Night flight isn't too bad. Harder than the first flight level was, but not too much. So yeah, the ending is over here. So yeah, if anybody gets a chance, try out alligator. It's pretty good. I would have rather had the kangaroo, but whatever. I wonder what vulture would taste like. To be honest, it probably tastes bad. Don't vultures eat, like, dead carcasses and stuff?